Okay, so going to the histological and the biochemical defense mechanism against infection. So this topic is relatively very easy. It is just a defense structure. So I broke it up into two short notes. Okay, the histological defense, and the other note is the biochemical defense. So let's look at the histological defense. Okay, histological defense means defense in the tissues. Okay, tissues, tissus, tissues. Okay, tissues means tissues means this is a cell, this is one cell, right? So this is a group of cells. Okay, this is a group of cells. This group of cells, they make up a tissue. Okay, so let's say this is one xylem cell. Okay, this is a group of cells of xylem. These are your sieve tubes or sieve cells, or what do you call them, xylem elements, you know. So tissue means a group of cells. Okay, just like my lung tissue. Okay, one cell of my lung, then that is a single cell. Then my lung, the tissues of my lungs, many cells of my lungs, that is a tissue. Then my lung as a whole, that is, yes, an organ. Okay, then me as a whole, that is organism. Okay, so you are clear now, no, where we stand with the word tissue. So the histology means the tissues. Okay, so the study of plants is known as botany. So the study of tissues is known as histology. Okay, so histological defense mechanism means we'll see how the cells, they defend against pathogen. Okay, against bacteria, against fungi. No, just like we have saliva. Okay, we have nose hair, we have ear hair, then we have stomach enzyme. Okay, all this, then we have a skin, no, to protect me from what to say, from the world. Okay, if you have a cut there, if you have a cut, then you might get infection, no. So we have different ways to protect ourselves. So even plants, they have different tissues which will help them in protection. Okay, so let's see in the structural defense. So these structures, they are already there. Okay, it's already there to defend the attack. Okay, and there are some which defends after the attack happens. Okay, so those that are there before the attack happens are your pre-existing defense mechanism, and those defense which happen after the attack are your defense structures which develop after the attack. Okay, so for me and you, we already have nose hair, we already have skin, no, we already have hair on my head to protect my scalp. Okay, so even plants, maybe they have wax. Okay, just like I have sweat, you know, sweat or oil, not sweat, sorry, this oil secretion, no. So plants may have wax, they may have cuticle, they may have different things. So let's see what they are. Let's see what is there that already exists, the pre-existing one. The first one is cuticular wax. So this is a wax mixture. Okay, wax is just like what to say, fat. It's made up of fat. No, you have seen candle wax. No, like that. It's made up of fat. So these are aliphatic compounds and get deposited on the surface of the cuticle. Okay. So wax, no, the water doesn't stay on wax. So remember when germination of those fungus, remember, it needs water to germinate, no? So if there's no water on the leaf surface, it cannot germinate, the fungus. Okay, so the pathogen cannot get sufficient water to germinate or multiply. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Then if you have a thick cuticle, like your nails, no, the nail of your finger. Okay, this, your nails, no, this one is a cuticle which protect your nails from damage, no, because we use our hands every day. Then you have a thick cuticle, means it will be protected, and the host will not be able, I mean the pathogen will not be able to enter the host. Then the next one, structure of the epidermal wall. Then plants, they have a very thick and outer walls of the epidermal cells. Okay, so remember, plant cells, they have cell wall, no? Remember, this is your cell wall, then you have your plasma membrane, then you have a cytoplasm, then you have your nucleus, etc. So this thick wall, okay, is also a pre-existing defense mechanism. Then let's look at the structure of the natural opening. I'm not reading because what's the point? The note is there, no girls. I'm just giving you the gist. Okay, you can always go through the note. It was already there from last week, so you can always go through the note. Okay, so let's look at the structure of natural openings. Structures like stomata and all, okay, they will decide whether pathogen will enter or not. Okay, they are nectarines. They provide openings in the epidermis, but they may also be defensive. Okay, as nectarine, no? Nectarine is where the nectar, no, that the bee collects. It's very high in sugar concentration. Okay, you've tasted, honey. You know how sweet it is. So that nectar in the flower also very sweet. So that's high osmotic potential means lots of sugar in that nectar. It will not be nice for the host to, it's not nice for the pathogen to enter, okay, because the osmotic potential is too high, okay. Then internal defense. These internal defenses, they are already there. These are also pre-existing, but they're inside the plant, okay. They're not outside, they're inside. Some examples are certain tissue become thick and tough due to environmental condition. Okay, so depending on the environment, the plant will become thickened on the inside. Okay, then after the attack, what are the defense structures? As I told you, what was already there is the pre-existing. Then suppose fine ho gaya, no? You have your hair, you have your skin, still somehow you fell down and you scrape your knee. Okay, you scrape a very big cut. Okay, so the infection happened, you got infected. Then what do? So next thing, your body, those white blood cells, they will come and attack the pathogen. So similarly, the plants also, they have some reaction in the inside, okay, which will develop after the infection has already happened. Okay. Then the first one is the reactions in the cytoplasm. So there are some defensive reactions in the cytoplasm. It becomes granular and it becomes dense. Okay. And these then sometimes the cytoplasm may become infected. It will become enlarged. It will become dense. And then it will disintegrate or it will destroy the pathogen. Okay. Then another one, the next one, let's see. Cell wall defenses, they could be of the following types. It could thicken, it could be become amorphous, there could be a callous papillae. You can just go through on your own. Okay, so in the tissues, some things, there are some changes that happen after the disease has entered inside the plant host. Okay, sometimes there's a gum deposition. Okay, gum is a thick, you have eaten gum, no? You have chewed gum, so it's a thick substance, so it can stop the progress of the pathogen. Then abscission layers, this one, abscission layers, it's a very simple thing. The diagram is there, so you can practice the diagram. It is something like this. Suppose this is the plant, okay? So this part, 1 minute girls, this part is healthy, but this part is diseased, okay? So that the rest of the healthy plant is saved, simply the walls of the cells, okay, they will separate themselves and they will just drop off the infected part. Okay, so this leaf will just fall off, the infected part will fall off, so that the rest of the plant is protected. So you go through and here the writing is already so good and the diagrams are already so nice, so I don't really need to explain that much. Then tylosis, these are outgrowths of protoplasts. They protrude into the xylem and phloem vessels through the pits, okay, when they are stressed, so that you can block the xylem vessels. Okay, so imagine this is a pipe, no? Suppose that pathogen enters the pipe, then suppose suppose the pathogen enters your bloodstream, your whole body will be destroyed, right? Your body, because the arteries, no, they go to the heart, they go to the lung, to the stomach, so the whole body will be destroyed. So what the plant does here, because for the plant the artery and vein is xylem and phloem, no, I always say that. So simply these tyloses, they will grow inside this xylem vessel and they will block. So this pathogen, even if he enter, he will be stuck here. Okay, he cannot pass through and he cannot infect the rest of the plant. Okay, then next is formation of layers. Then it is the pathogen itself which stimulate to form a multi-layered cork cell in response to the infection. Okay, so these layers will inhibit further infection. Then necrosis or hypersensitive type defense. So these are in such diseases, the host nucleus move towards the pathogen. When they later come in contact with the protoplasm of the host, the nucleus will disintegrate into brown granules which accumulate around the pathogen and disperse through the host cytoplasm. Okay. Then sometimes the cell will burst and die. Okay. So it's like this nucleus of this is the fungus and this is the plant cell. Let's say this is the nucleus of the plant cell. Then when these two nucleus reach together, some granules get formed, okay, and it will just blast and destroy the cell, also destroy the pathogen also. So with this, this is done for the histological defense.